Aries lóhùn. Aries is still far better than Comfy. At least Aries, she's an American citizen. Ó sì kàwé níwọ̀nba tó kà. And Aries ó ṣe rí sójú díẹ̀ níwọ̀nba. So tabate ṣe ń fún Aries ní reply. It's still ó sì wà fair to an extent. So I don't know why you want us to now go in the mud, to now go in the pigsty, to be replying somebody who is a low life, who is a never do good person. Èèyàn tó dàbí Sarah Àjẹkù tó wà ní T-junction. I don't know why you want us to stoop to that level. Can't you look at Comfy? Comfy is a walking corpse. She's a walking corpse. She is the walking poster of what should never happen to anybody. Look at her. Ẹ wo bó ṣe rí. Kò ṣe rí sójú. She's looking tacky, looking tattered. She's looking depressed. She's looking frustrated. So mo fi Ọlọ́run tó dá yín mo fi bẹ̀ yín. Tẹ́ bá ń lọ sọ́rọ̀ platform ẹ̀, tẹ́ bá ń gbádùn nǹkan tó ń ṣe, please keep the energy there. Don't bring it here. If you believe that our show, whatever nonsense she's doing, is worth your attention, you can go and listen. Kẹ́ máa lọ fún ní views, but please and please, ẹ má gbé wá sí ibàyí. We are not interested. Comfy òun ṣe èèyàn tó pé ó ti tán fún Comfy now. Look how way Comfy is looking at. Èèyàn tó wà ní abúlé ní Nàìjíríà, like abúlé Nigeria, they still look good, they still dress well more than Comfy tó náà wà ní Germany. Kò yàtọ̀ sí àwọn tó wà homeless, àwọn tó ń sùn lábẹ́ bridge nílùú òyìnbó. Look at the way Comfy is looking at. Tẹ́ bá ní ẹgbẹ́ èèyàn lórí platform yìí sí, ẹgbẹ́ sẹ́gbẹ́ Comfy, can Comfy stand in all ramification? Ṣé intellectual wise ni, ṣé educational wise ni, iṣẹ́ Bukky Jesse ló ń ṣe. They've given Bukky a gag order and she's talking on the behalf of Bukky. Mo ń gbọ́ Instantly.
Tani Arise wà ń bíbá, Arise là bá gbé pẹ̀lú Comfy, but Arise ò sí.
So you understand? And ẹjọ́ Comfy ṣòtìrí tábánikà fọmọ bú ẹ kò lè dùn ẹ, because ọmọ ẹ gan, look at your child, ọmọ tó mọ́ láti Nàìjíríà gan, ọmọ yẹn kò yàtọ̀ sọmọ tẹ́ pé ó ti mú gbó, kò yàtọ̀ sọmọ tí wọ́n ti ń finger. So why would we even talk about kò sí kan tí wọ́n lè fi bú ẹ torí ó ti tán fún ẹ. You are an extension of Bukky Jesse. So why would somebody even stoop to your level? To me, it's just a practical waste of time. Ó ti tán fún ẹ, ó lè ṣerun ẹ. Tó bá lè ṣerun ẹ, go and get the rubbish dànù. Any èpè tó bá ń ṣe ìwà àtàwọn ọmọ ẹ lónìí, àwọn ìrandíran ẹ lónìí. So we are not bothered there. We won't give you that time. We will not give you views. Àwa la fún Aries ní views. Tó fi pé òun ti arrive. We are not going to give you that views because òun máa dóorun pa wá ń bíbá ni. Tá bá ń stream ẹ, ó kàn dóorun pa wá ni. Ó kàn low reputation platform yìí ni. And we will not even allow that. So you can continue crying, you can continue weeping. Ó sunkún continue pé ó tún sùn lórí show. Ẹ rí pé eléyìí ti ya wèrè ni. Eléyìí tí ó ti tán fẹ́ léyìí now. This one, she's not normal. Are we even surprised gan tó bá ń gba abẹ́rẹ́ ń Germany? Comfy kó ṣì lọ. Ìyẹn ọ̀rọ̀ àkìtàn yẹn àti gbẹ́ni kó lórí àkìtàn yẹn. Sherry, if you tẹ́ bá fẹ́ sọ pa Sanchitu, one thing you have to realize, Sanchitu is a fracas lawyer. If you are doubting me, you can go and ask around. He's a fracas lawyer. So somebody who has always been in the mud, ó mọ bó ṣe ń ṣe gbogbo fracas wish yẹn, bó ṣe ń dára wọn lóhùn, tó máa fi òwe dára wọn lóhùn. That's what he does. And again, that somebody is a son doesn't mean somebody will have a pedigree or somebody will have a moral upbringing. It doesn't mean kò mí pé ọmọ ní moral standing. No. A son don't automatically mean that you will have moral standing or you will have what integrity. No, don't mix it up. In the Nigeria that we have now, anybody can be a son. So but any political appointment, to publish one ìwé kan méjì kan, or àbí commission, àbí you have somebody in the LJC that likes you and they will just confer it on you. Son now to the rather. So you whatever Shitu is doing, me, I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised at all because I wasn't expecting much for him. Because to whom much is given, much is expected. I didn't give him much, so I wasn't expecting much from such Shitu. And Eman Sokini Pemani, duty of care. When does duty of care override somebody's right, like right to refuse whatever it is you offer that person. Iboloti override. You can claim duty of care for somebody who cannot decide for themselves. Maybe due to mental incapacity, or maybe due to physical incapacity that has impaired the person's sense of reasoning. That's when you can claim that you have duty of care on such person. Or maybe due to age, maybe the person is not of like Nigeria now, I think is 18, UK is I think 17, 16. So you can say you have parental right over such a person, and by law, if you have parental right, you hold that child a duty of care. So in that instance, you can say duty of care. In fact, if it told lady, if my dad's lawyer, he lost his life only accident in the Tomila Bridge years ago, and he refused blood transfusion, and he died. Even though I was even arguing there with my dad, because then we were in secondary school. Money why ti àwọn ṣe gbé àwọn doctor yẹn wọ́n yẹ kíni kan. Daddy wants to me pé it is his right to refuse. You can't impose on him. Even though it's for his own betterment, provided that he was still lucid. Accident here, but man actually converse, he still has mental capacity. That unfortunately there's nothing they can do. The same thing pẹ̀lú àwọn obìnrin tó bá náà fẹ́ lọ bímọ tó bá ní I want to give birth like Hebrew woman, àwọn ò ní sign form pé kẹ́ ṣe operation fún wọn. There's nothing you can do as a doctor. You can't force them, because if you force them, they can even sue you. Even after tẹ́ bá ṣe surgery and they have the right to sue you, because you went against their wish. You went against their right to refuse any treatment or whatever it is you offer them. So Koyemi, where is this the escapade? If they are giving him the blood and he survived, he can still sue that hospital. So where is this duty of care? Where is it coming from? The said driver that you people Teman Besori also only pay baton one motor on their way back to the house. They offered him to go to the hospital. He blatantly refused. He wasn't kò ṣe pé ó ti kú o tó pé as in bia ó ti kò mọ̀kan tó ń ṣe mọ́, he doesn't know where he is, and people were the one deciding for him. No. Òun ló sọ ó ní pé they said he blatantly refused. That even when they got to the house and they went to the chemist, to the pharmacy, that okay, can the pharmacy come to the house? That the pharmacy said they should bring him, and they told him that okay, let's go. He said he's not going anywhere. So what more can they do for somebody who has the age capacity, who has the mental capacity? So what are we talking about here? What fiat are you talking about claiming duty of care? If somebody, like what Mr. Pythagoras said, if something is happened to somebody on their own volition that you didn't contribute to, you can decide to look away, you can decide to walk away. Morally it is wrong, but legally you can't hold that person culpable. You can't. Take it or leave it, you can't. I made an example one time that there was a case on Facebook. This was a Facebook live show. Ìyàwó man yẹn ó dẹ̀ mu poison. If you people can remember that show, I'm not kidding, I'm not capping it. This was a true life story. It happened in South Africa. The husband and the wife, they were having this misunderstanding, and the wife went on Facebook Live. The husband was sitting on the bed and she was taking poison and she died on the spot. That man walked free because she did it at her own volition. Morally, he should have stopped her, but legally he's not bound to do so. So, duty of care, what are we talking about here? I'm not getting it. I'm not understanding it. And for Bimbo, IVD's wife, you can bet it on my soul, that man is going to walk free. It's as sad as it may sound, unfortunately, except to buy petrol if they can establish that. But that guy is walking free. I don't know of other charges, but that guy is walking free. As unfortunate as my son, we might say, okay, frustrated. She had an option to walk away from that marriage. She had an option to take herself away from that situation, but she decided to stay. As sad as it may sound, as cold as it may sound. That's just the truth. So tẹ́ bá sọ pé kíní kan Fiat because of duty of care wèrè ṣùtù tí wọ́n ń quote síbẹ̀ pé even though Mohbad, because you shot yourself in the leg, you said even though Mohbad refused, so you've established it in your Fiat that the reason for asking for a Fiat that they actually offered him to go to the hospital, that even though he had refused, they should have forced him. Hello, ṣó gbádùn ṣá? If ọmọ tíyàn bínú ẹ̀ gan tó bá ti lọ béèrè fún legal emancipation pé òun ò fẹ́ wà lábẹ́ right parent òun mọ́, ó ti free nìyẹn, you can't do anything. Ní US tó bá sọ pé àkókò òun ò fẹ́ wà lọ́ndà kí kóun wà lábẹ́ parent òun mọ́ tó lọ apply fún legal emancipation, you can't do anything, you have to let that child go. Tó bá dẹ̀ ti ṣe tí wọ́n ti grant she can do anything, she likes with herself. So kí wá ní ẹjọ́ tẹ́ wá ń rò pé Fiat kíní kan, I'm not getting it. So did you expect Ọmọ́wùnmí to kó gbé pọ̀n ni? Kó gbé pọ̀n ni àbí I don't know. Kò yé mi. Ó ti kọ síbẹ̀ pé wọ́n fẹ́. One of the ara rẹ̀ kọ́ Shitu. Nobody forced you. You wrote it in your Fiat that they actually offered him that even though he refused, they should have. Ṣé kọ́ pọ̀n sẹ́yìn ni? Ṣé kí wọ́n fi wheelbarrow gbé láti inú ilé ẹ̀ lọ ni? I don't understand. And you're talking about.
Ó yẹ kó gbé nǹkan kọ́ lọ́rùn. Mọ nǹkan tó ń pọ́n pè yàn nǹkan gbé yàn nǹkan kọ́ lọ́rùn.
Àbí kó fàfọ̀ṣẹ́ sẹ́nu. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni. Because and you are making reference to medical emergency. Medical emergency in Nigeria of today. Are you kidding me? Are you trying to be funny, Shitu? Ambulance services in Nigeria. In Nigeria, àbí where? Àbí kò yé mi. Ẹ̀yin èèyàn tẹ́ wá Nigeria jọ nítorí Ọlọ́run. Fire services gan mi rò bí ó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ Nigeria, ó ń ṣiṣẹ́ Nigeria. Ká má wá sọ ambulance services pé they should. Shitu, just sit your ass down, please. You are a disgrace to yourself. Me, I'm not surprised. Fracas lawyer near people that know you. Me, I know you. Fracas lawyer near. On one case, to ba messy loma involved. Because, and I'm sure the reason why they settled for Shitu was because they know that Shitu is not scared to get his hand dirty. They've looked at his track record. They know that he will do anything for money. And that was why it was Guresi that brought him, because Guresi know people like himself. Guresi know people who are ready to throw everything away for coins. And that was why he settled for Shitu. Because no son tó gba san yẹn tó gbà tó yẹ pé blood and sweat ló fi gbà and tó máa protect orúkọ ẹ̀, wọn ò ní fi irú case yẹn lọ. Wọn ò ní fi lọ̀kulọ̀ tó ń fi Shitu tó ń fi lọ Shitu. They will not dare. So Guresi actually did his assignment. He did his background check, he did his underground whatever, láti find out pé this is the person, this is the kind of son who is always ready to roll in the mud, provided you can pay for it. So I'm not surprised. And as for any critical moron, ẹ wà shameless o. Ẹ̀yin gangan ló ń pè ní definition of shame. So you can actually rejoice that there was actually a nurse at the house. So you can actually rejoice that actually the nurse gave Mohbad injection. Oh my days. What a discovery. So for all those tears, for all those èpè tẹ́ ń ṣẹ́ pé there was no nurse in the house, kíní kan máa ṣe wọ́n mọ́ yín, ẹ máa rìn lọ ní kíní kan. Ṣé rí pé fún ara yín èpè yẹn, ṣé rí pé èpè tẹ́ ń ṣẹ́ yẹn kò wá justified. I hope you can now understand that èpè yẹn ò wá justified. Ẹ̀yin lẹ máa forí ru èpè yín, ọmọ mi kọ́ ló máa forí ru èpè. So now you without even imposing it on you people. It wasn't our lawyer that even imposed it on you. Fún ara yín lawyer tẹ́ fowó yín gbà, òun ló state clearly that actually it was the action of the nurse that led to Mohbad demise. And now you can now debate on it, you can speak on it. Wow. I'm shocked. I'm surprised. So wọn ò gún lọ́bẹ, wọn ò ṣaládàá, wọn ò fún májèlé, wọn ò ti bọ́lẹ̀ lórí railings. York daddy, pork daddy, Ọláìdé, Akigbemaru, Boba Goshe. So you can actually say it now that actually there was a nurse in the house. How interesting. That's why when Satemi said fún ara yín lẹ mama wá justice for Ọmọ́wùnmí fún ara yín lẹ máa prove pé ó wà innocent, and it's happening before our eyes, and we are glad that we are alive to witness it. So he actually died on the 12th, because the letter, if you read it, they said the time of death, the date of death, which was on the 12th. So Mohbad actually died on the 12th. Oh my God, how interesting. So ẹ̀yin people yìí ẹ kàn máa ké, and come to think of it, do you even need to be a legal person to realize that you can't be a judge in your own case? It's not possible. It's again the principle of fair justice and natural justice. You can't. So gbogbo shenanigans tí Joseph Aloba ń ṣe for the past how many years now, bó ṣe ń long grant interview tó ń try láti throw shade, tó ń try láti malign daughter-in-law, and you think the DPP, the AG, is going to give you a fiat to be a judge in your own case, in a case that you have a vested interest in a case that it has shown to everybody that this is witch hunting? Hello, Shitu. Hello. School ogun lo logan. School ogun lo logan. Law school ogun lo lo. You've shown to the world that this is not even about justice. This is about nailing Ọmọ́wùnmí to the cross. And she feel pé gbogbo nonsense tension. Even at the magistrate, the judge said something that the way Joseph Aloba has been conducting himself, that it's sad. That the way he's conducting himself about this case is showing that it's more of witch hunting. It's not even justice. Yoruba people who are the ends of affair, the AG and the DPP, they don't know the game people are playing. So they will not give you the go ahead for you to nail somebody to the cross because you have a vested interest. Are you living in Lula land? Shitu, are you okay? Are you normal? Oh, tell a normal gone. Oh, tell a normal if you can go and be peeing around the court when there is a toilet in the court. Because own trespassing here, you are just around the court, to a whole sun. How low? So I'm not surprised. Sorry, TikTok. Kilo fi yàtọ̀ sí Odumosu no TikTok lawyer no ni. You don't have to. Odumosu no bó ṣe pé ńgbà yẹn náà nìyẹn tó bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí question ìgbà tí wọ́n bastardize Odumosu. Mi rò bí Odumosu gan lè ra rẹ̀ ní 1 pence. And that's what is going to happen to you as well, because even you go, these people don't take you serious. So I'm not surprised if they decide to drag you in the mud where you actually belong. So be it. So on AG, ó máa wá gbélé yín lọ́wọ́ pé okay gbà o Joseph Aloba o, ìwọ tó hurriedly lọ sin ọmọ ẹ o, ìwọ tó ń sunkún kiri o pé she's a prostitute, that child he has K-leg, so ó máa gbélé lọ́wọ́ pé ó yá gbà o, àrà tó bá ń wẹ̀ o ni kò fi daughter-in-law ẹ dá o. Kò yé mi, I don't understand. Does your own right supersede Ọmọ́wùnmí rights? Does Joseph Aloba's right supersede Ọmọ́wùnmí fundamental human rights? Make it make sense. I don't understand. So, and like Mr. Batagra said, they gave Falana fiat during Adedoyin's case, Timothy's case, because Adedoyin is in politics. And they know that there's no how they will adjudicate on that case that they won't be biased. So they needed to take themselves away from that case and allow somebody who has neutrality, who has no attachment to Adedoyin, who was the defendant, to get a fiat. Because the Lagos State, whoever who gave the fiat didn't trust themselves enough that they would adjudicate on that case with fairness. That was why they had to step away. So how are you mixing this case up? How are you mixing it up? Ṣé Ọmọ́wùnmí ló ń fẹ́ Tinubu ni? Is she the first lady of Nigeria? Is she the Iyaloja of Lagos State? I don't understand. And Mohbad, kò yé mi, what public interest does Lagos State have in Mohbad's case to start with, that you believe that they cannot adjudicate on the case with fairness? How? What are your ground? How has the DPP conducted themselves that you believe that they have vested interest in this case? How have they conducted themselves? Kò yé mi. Ẹ̀yin people yìí, ẹ lọ wá ṣẹ́ṣe. Go get a freaking life. Go and get a freaking life. Lawyer ti wá fún yín ní reply, ẹ wá ń sunkún sábọ̀. Ó fún yín ní gbàgbós, ẹ wá ń sunkún sábọ̀ bí egbére bí egbére tí wọ́n gba ẹni lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀. Sister Cindy, God bless you. Bí Mohbad ní Pablo Escobar o, Pablo Escobar o. A lè sọ o. Bóyá Mohbad dẹ̀kẹ̀rẹ̀ kò yé mi, kí ni orúkọ mo lè fún gan? Bí Mohbad gbá òun ní Godfather Lagos State. That you believe that in Lagos State judiciary system, they have an interest with it. Kò yé mi. And as always, the nonsense application, they will trash it in the bin. Just like the way they trash the first one. There's a kí wọ́n mú come all pronounce on Naira Marley discharged and acquitted. And somebody was a junior lawyer in the office of the DPP had to floor a old son in a reply. How pathetic, how sad. Now, straight to now, you are not like a butt of joke. In the DPP office, they will just be laughing at you, laughing at your petition. How nonsensical your nonsense application is. I was like, in something, how many days? Reply to us. To hell with you, Shitsu. To hell with your years of legal services. To help me if I shake pay for me. Because we don't come for people. We just allow, because it's your way, and we can't blame you for putting your hand, because oti shoke. Iṣẹ́ tó lọ gbà yìí is beyond your pay grade. Oti shoke. You've practically dined and wined with the devil, and there's no way out of it for you anymore. So now we feel sorry for you. We feel sorry for you for throwing away your name, for throwing away that sonship that is so revered in the legal system. To throw it away all because of coins. 30 years in the mud. Because of nonsense, because you are trying to impress some idiots. Torí wọ́n tẹ́wọ́ fún ẹ, wọ́n tó ọmọ kan tẹ́kọ̀ fowó ṣe. Ẹ lọ gba fiat, tẹ́ bá ti gba fiat kẹ́ gba gèlè náà. Kẹ́ tún gba dànṣíkí, kó má stop ní fiat nìkan. Kẹ́ tún gba ìró àti bùbá, kẹ́ ní kó fún yín ní ìró àti bùbá. Bunch of clowns. Fiat, duty of care. Duty of care, my fat black ass. The duty of care. Duty of care as how? Kò yé mi. Pé aròbó ni Mohbad ni, pé adatọ́ ni o, àbí ṣé imbecile ni. I don't get it. I was telling Libet which day mo lọ síbi iṣẹ́, mo ní Libet babe. Mo ní if, for example, if somebody's husband, God forbid, is sick, if the wife decides to organize party and invite her friends over, and if in the process pé wọ́n ṣe party, ọkọ yẹn ó kú nínú yàrá ńbẹ̀ yẹn, ìyàwó yẹn, there's nothing you can do to that wife. Absolutely nothing. Lè ṣe kankan fún. You will just badge like Emma sọ pé kíní kan ìkà ni, except if they can connect foul play, pé bóyá poison wà ńbẹ̀ o, bóyá ó fún ní poison ni o. That's the only way lè mú ìyàwó yẹn. But tó bá yín pé sickness, natural sickness ni, and ìyàwó yẹn decide pé ọjọ́ tí ọkọ òun sick lòun fẹ́ dá party lẹ̀, on a moral ground is wrong, but legally I can bet you with you there's nothing, absolutely nothing tẹ́ lè ṣe fún ìyàwó yẹn. How much more ìyàwó tó ń sá kiri, tó ń lọ sí neighbor house, tó ń lọ wá mọ́tò tó máa fi gbé ọkọ ẹ̀ lọ sí hospital. So kò ṣe tó kó parẹ́, kó pín rẹ̀ sí méjì. Is somebody, a nursing mother who has a little baby to look after, and she was going everywhere looking for how to get her husband to the hospital. Tó bá ṣe tó ìwọ ṣítù, bóyá kí wọ́n náà kó ṣẹlẹ̀ sí ẹ, kárí nǹkan tí wọ́n náà fẹ́ ṣe. If tó bá ń ṣe, if you are not in the position, it's easy to judge. It's easy to cast stones. That ó jẹ́ kó ṣe jù bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ, ó jẹ́ kó ṣe gbá, ó jẹ́ kó ṣe àwo, because ẹ̀yin kọ́lẹ̀ wà ní shoe yẹn, you were not there. So you cannot say that you would have done better because you were not there. You guys, you are just fool ara yín ni. This is just foolery in my own opinion. Fiat. Mo de rí kíni náà, mo de bú sẹ́ni pé what the heck? Me and Lilibet were just laughing on the phone like, babe, this is just comic. This is the comic relief. Like, kí ló ń ṣẹlẹ̀? We're just laughing pé kí lélẹ̀. When you take these people, they cannot go low, and they will just say, hold my beer, and they will continue to dig and dig. Fiat. For, oh gosh. But in all of this, I am just happy that now whatever fiat nonsense that has been published everywhere, now it has been established that actually Mohbad died due to medical negligence. Fún ara yín lẹ decide láti publish it for the whole world to see. So even we on the other side, we don't even need to go to comment section to go and be arguing on TikTok or argue on Instagram now. The time of death fún ara yín lẹ establish it, and it was published everywhere. Both on Facebook, both on Instagram, both on Nigerian newspapers. You've published it now that there was actually a nurse. You've actually established that there was actually a medical mishap. So we are so grateful, Shitu. We are so grateful. If you can tell us where your office is, we can even send you wine. We can send you wine, send you a bouquet of flower for a job well done. We don't even need to stress ourselves. Be by it's mama mashallah. If when you're talking about kilo pa Mohbad, I will just refer them to the nonsense that Shitu published. Now go and read up what the lawyer of the father said. Don't come and stress my life here. Get the fuck out of here. Don't come and stress me. So fún ara yín, bí Satemi ṣe sọ, fún ara yín lẹ máa wẹ̀ wù mí mọ́. Fún ara yín lẹ máa fọwọ́ ara yín máa wẹ̀ mọ́. So if you can, he's on Sahara, he's on Linda Ikeji, he's on Instablog, he's everywhere. Mohbad died due to medical negligence, and that is all about it. Nothing more, nothing short. So gbogbo duty of care yẹn àtàmọ́ nìyẹn ó ní pé kí ló pa Mohbad, and you said it that there was actually a nurse. The action of the nurse led to the demise of Mohbad, and that's it. That sums it up. We are okay with that. The other is just nonsense. It's just Kamari Kosoni. So once again, we thank you, Shitu. God bless you. Ṣùgbọ́n Ọlọ́run wà pẹ̀lú ẹ. Ẹ̀yin critical moron náà tẹ́tí Shitu pa tẹ́jẹ́ kó ṣe the needful. God bless you. Because somebody pa wà la publish ẹni máa ní àwọn lawyer àwọn mi ni o. They are just trying to absolve her of whatever thing she has committed. It's because they have vested interest. Lawyer tí yín sáà ní tẹ́ fowó sanwó fún. Òun ló sọ pé lẹ́nu ara ẹ̀ wọ́n he didn't do it under duress. He didn't do it pé bóyá ọmọ tí yó. He wrote it, he published it, open on newspaper, they published it everywhere. Mohbad died on the 12th. There was a nurse. The action of the nurse led to the demise of Mohbad. That's the chain of action. That was what led to the demise. And that's all. That's all. Even got a publish gone, and we got a publish balloon the submission of the judge gone. Our judgment gone. Omomi can use that even to sue anybody now who come around to come and run their dirty mouth. Those two alone gone. What it took gone for her to have a solid case against anybody. So kori buruku lo ke ko shi lo. Ẹ̀yin other side yẹn má ké lọ. Ọlọ́run ti fọ̀rọ̀ ẹkún sọ̀rọ̀ yín. Ẹ má ké.
So I have a question.
So I said, Emma, why?
No. Publication yìí nísìnyí. Mo rò nǹkan kan ni pé ṣé kìí ṣe pé àwọn pípù yìí mọ̀ ṣe torí mọ́ mi tó sùn jòsí. Ẹ mọ̀ pé jòsí ti sọ wípé àlè ló pa ọmọ òun.
So ń wẹra wọn mọ́ àbí?
Ó ń try láti fẹ́ clean ara ẹ̀.
That's another point. Yeah.
Ó ń try láti fẹ́ clean ara ẹ̀ pé rárá o, mo gbà pé nọ́ọ̀sì ló wá sílé o. Pé nọ́ọ̀sì ló pa o. Mo kàn ń wò pé ṣé ẹ fi pé bóyá.
You're right though. You're right. All right. But it doesn't absolve Joseph Aloba for what he has said in the past. It doesn't. It doesn't absolve him in never shape or form, because ìgbà tó sọ̀rọ̀ yẹn he saw before so many people that had it. So how is he going to take what he said back now? But that's a nice attempt anyways. Àlèkọ́ ló pa o, nọ́ọ̀sì ló pa o, nọ́ọ̀sì ló gun lábẹ́rẹ́ o. Wọ́n aṣòṣì máa mọ̀. They are just running helter-skelter. They don't even know ọmọ kan tọ́rọ̀ wọn kù mọ́ báyìí sìn. Bàtà wà bá ń sọ ń gbà yẹn wọ́n máa sọ pé where is the nurse sef? They don't need to talk about the nurse. Is there actually a nurse? Is the nurse a ghost? There was not a nurse. Kini kan. I'm not even sure a nurse exists. Excuse me, news flash. There was actually a nurse, according to Sanshitu. So ẹ̀yin èèyàn tẹ́ bá fẹ́ bá anybody argue sí, tó bá ní I'm not sure there's a nurse. Why am I according to Sanshitu on so date on Sahara report, he said, and I quote. That guy said ti wà lókè o. Jesus. Bí a kẹ́ bá wa mute tẹ́ bá ní lọ́rọ̀ tẹ́ fẹ́ sọ. So if you people want to argue, just say according to Sanshitu in Sahara report, he said, and I quote. Ẹ ṣá mọ̀ bí Ọ̀túnba ṣe máa sọ pé Sister Temi said, and I quote. Sanshitu said, and I quote. Kini kan. Just ẹ má bá wọn yàn argue more. Refer them back to the publication. Don't be stressing yourself. Kí wọ́n bá wọn yàn máa sọ pé ẹ ṣe máa ṣàlàyé fún wọn pé on that day, on the way home, the nurse came on so day, he gave him injection. Everything that transpired on that day is online. Let them go and read up. If they can't read up, they should look for somebody in their family, in their lineage that can read, to go and read for them. It's not your problem. God bless you. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́ Mọ́mí Dupsy ṣe lè bá a play mi mọ̀ bí ẹ ti gbọ́ kíní okay má bínú ó ṣe sọ̀rọ̀.
I'm sorry about anybody song kankan.
No, mo ní pé tí Mọ́mí Dupsy bá wà ń bẹ yẹn tó bá lè play Victor Oking yẹn náà pọ̀ ṣe ní ṣo mi mọ̀ bí wọ́n ti play. Mi bá play but order fún mi ọmọ mi fi ń play game.
But sorry. Yeah, come message me about account cons. Me a different mute that's a block. Anyone block account?
I didn't delete it.
Oh, yes. Mo sure pé dà pọ́n mute account and but àwọn sọ ń sìn pé wọ́n block account àwọn, so I don't know. Your other account everywhere. Yeah, kill any play.
No, money Victor Oking, like he did a recent show and it was nice though. It was very okay. I don't know if Baba in play like. But go to back to the weekends, mommy, that's the only time to man back call phone. So Baba play for him.
Now check she Facebook abi.
Yeah, Facebook on Facebook and is on Instagram. And then certain to play. I forgot to add something. I don't know why Sanshitu, why you are quoting the judgment of the magistrate, you are not quoting it in its entirety. Why are you speaking of what she said about Wunmi, and you are not speaking of what she said about Joseph Aloba involvement? The statement she made about Joseph Aloba is actually the indictment, not Wunmi. When a judge is giving a statement, there's what they call in law is like by the way statement. It doesn't mean that it has a legal standing or it has a legal repercussion. No. For example, now judge lè máa dájọ́ pé èèyàn tó lọ fọ́lé èèyàn tó lọ jalè lẹ́yìn tó bá ti give pronouncement ẹ̀ sọ ó kàn lọ sọ pé you this defendant, why would you do that? You lack moral standing, you don't have home training, you are not kind, you are not that. No, it's just the lawyers how will I put it? It's just a normal judge statement. Like she's not, in fact, it's off the record. It's not, it has nothing to do with the judgment that she just gave. All is like, okay, I sentence you to so 12 years, and after that, and she might complain about the way the guy is dressed, or maybe the way the defendant's expression in the court, or maybe can give victim statements. Like like statement to the victim family, and probably maybe the defendant is smiling, the judge might say, oh, you don't have feeling, you don't have yeah, God bless you, untouchable. It's a judge opinion. It doesn't mean that it's an indictment. It doesn't mean that it's a it has a legal standing. It's just her own opinion as human. Could mean anything. That she's criticizing that, oh, you among me, I understand that you are grieving, but you should have done this. It's like a lesson for people who were in the court when she's giving her judgment. Okay, should, in case you find yourself in this situation, this is what you should do, this is what you should have done. It doesn't mean it's an indictment. So I don't know why you people that get Tracy, that's fine, ma. So I don't know why you people are not saying Joseph Aloba gong that they can indict him on. Because it's against the law that you already bury somebody without any report from the hospital. So you told her to follow back gone indictment. So if you Sanshitu, if you are going to speak on that judgment, you should speak on it in its entirety. Don't remove Joseph Aloba out of it. If you want to be petty to the core. Don't just be petty on one side and you look the other way on the other side. Speak on your client as well. His involvement, how his action affected the result of the autopsy. How his action led to the obstruction of getting the real justice and the cause of death. Speak on that. Maybe by then we can take you serious over here. But until then, you can burn in hell, shit too. Mohammed said, Josh, one bẹ̀yìn. And again, má gbàgbé o, yín Sanshitu. Ẹ̀yin nìkan kọ́ lẹ mọ̀ bó ṣe ń kọ application fún fiat. Àwa gan lè kọ fiat. Pé father in law wa, òun ló jẹ́ ká get good specimen o. Òun ló jẹ́ ká rí cause of death o. Nobody has monopoly of fiat o. Àwa gan lè apply. Nobody has monopoly of fiat because the right that Joseph Aloba has on Mohbad, the wife too, she has a right. So she too can say that me too, she wants to apply for fiat and indict the father-in-law too for whatever he has done that made them not to get the right sample and to know the cause of her husband's death. So on the other side, in case you are rejoicing, nobody has monopoly of madness and nobody has monopoly of pettiness. If you want to go that route, we can go that route too as well. Fiat for fiat, okra for okra. Then Bible we too as the wife, she has a legal right too over her husband too. So she can actually said as a grieving wife, and because she can't get closure for what has happened to her husband, if the father-in-law has not done so and so, she's asking that they allow her to prosecute the father-in-law too for his involvement. So the Bible if go down, we can actually go that route too. Nobody has monopoly of fiat. Nobody has monopoly of madness. Omoumi is not just a bystander. No, she is the wife of the deceased and she's the mother of the deceased child. So she has the same right Joseph Aloba has. She too, she has the same right. So people don't get it twisted. And in case you forget, she's a witness. She's not a suspect. So she has the moral standing too. She has the legal standing. She has the local standing to ask that the court allow her to prosecute the father-in-law for hurriedly burying her husband despite all plea that fell on deaf ears. And that the action of the said father-in-law obstructed justice and did allow the court to actually get the right sample to determine the cause of death. And by so doing, it has affected her mental health. It has affected her getting closure for the death of her husband. So you can bring it on.
Yeah, so àwọn crunchy wà on live. Bọ̀ ọ̀rọ̀ yín bí báyìí ń sìn. Lẹ máa gbọ́ wọn sílẹ̀ máa mú wọn sẹ́nu lẹ́yọkọ̀.
kí ló ti ṣe.
Lọ tún máa wájà. Ẹ ní jẹ́ kán ṣe show wọn in peace. Ẹ tún máa fún wọn ní kùlù. Ìrọ̀rọ̀ yín máa ń sú mi bí.
ẹ ti mọ ohun tí yín wà lẹ.
In fact, Bene, your last statement was what I was coming to say. That
ṣùgbọ́n mi fẹ́ wá ń tẹ̀yẹ̀ lè dákẹ́ látàárọ̀ tí mo sọ̀rọ̀.
wọ́n ti halẹ̀ mọ́ ṣubí mi. wọ́n ti ẹ má halẹ̀ mọ́ Káyọ̀dé ṣubí mi o.
àbí ẹ ṣe bá ń sọ fún wọn ẹ gbèrè ọkọ mi.
Ẹ wọ́n pé show tó play yẹn mo sùn mo
I said the last statement was what I was coming up to say, that he didn't even allow Omowumi to have closure about the cause of death. Everyone should have a cause, in the birth certificate, in the death certificate and all that. And even for the sake of Liam to know, for history, for what he will have, as when he grow up, every one of us that has lost a parent knows what is the cause. And it will have helped him as a child or when he grows up to know things that he can avoid, if they have done the proper autopsy and they know, okay, maybe this is in your lineage or in your blood that you should avoid this type of properties, or properties that main things are in a medication, not physical property. So I'm talking about the things that are used to make up medication, like somebody can be allergic to milk, to cow milk, and they can take almond milk. So things like this could have helped him. And also, if Shitu is talking about emergency service, this is the beginning. This was the start of what I have always come up to say about having emergency service in Nigeria and having proper medical care and having access, reformation of our health system. Everything is wrong with it. Because if we go back to the very, very beginning, the truth is that wound, that pain does not require all that medications that was given. But because we lack proper knowledge, we lack proper education in the real sense of it as Nigerians, every little thing you want to take injection. And this is a way of medical people milking the gullible people that are instead of just clean the wound, take paracetamol or take ibuprofen, which is an anti-inflammatory, or something else if you are not able to take ibuprofen and stuff like that. He does not. The truth is, this situation does not require a medical emergency. It doesn't require all that. It's just an advice. Take paracetamol, the pain will go down. It is the normal process of wound. When you have a wound, when you have a wound, blah blah blah, and all those things. This man didn't
correct that in close up, not closure.
oh no, what's in close up new close up. So these are things. And my question also is, what are the lessons that have been taken away from this? In all of this, in all this madness, in our 2 years that we have put into this situation, what have we learned? Both physical, both spiritual, both financial, both medical, and in the law aspect, what have we learned? Because if the likes of Sanshitu is parading with this foolishness of trying to persecute someone, saying that they have duty of care when it doesn't even make sense, it means even him as an adult, as an older man, he hasn't learned anything. And if he has not learned anything, what is he going to give to people? What is he going to give to the younger lawyers? What is he going to take out of this as an adult man? And like Mr. Pythagoras said, maybe this is the type of person he is as well. Because if you cannot take anything away from all this madness that has happened in the last 2 years, then he is as bad as Joseph Aloba, or he's worse than it. He's even worse than Joseph Aloba, because we can say he's more educated, he's well-traveled, he's more exposed, but it's all wasted. It's nothing. Because if he can stoop so low to be trying to persecute a young widow that has nothing, and what am I even talking about? This man does not know the difference between parental and parental. So what are we even talking about? It's as if I can waste gbogbo ito I can fair rojọ́ ni, but the truth is, I'm a rojọ́ fáwọn tó fẹ́ gbọ́. fún àwọn tí ò mọ̀, tí ò ní mọ̀, so that a young lawyer too will not come tomorrow and be thinking parental and parental is the same thing, thinking that somebody acting in their free will is against the law. No. When a young lawyer will throw away all his learning, all his teachings to follow the likes of Sanshito, don't toss Betiti. In fact, war against indiscipline. Oh, yeah, come money. Going, it's just all it's all shades of ridiculousness. And the thing is, these people know what they are doing. Can this man do this foolishness in a place like England or America? No. They know what they can, where they can do their act of foolishness. Unless you marry their likes, we say, Naija do, because they can oppress and suppress people. And these people are still haters of girls. They are haters of the girl child. They are haters of women. You must not have a right as a woman. You should not speak up as a woman. You should always be under someone. You should always never speak up. Your knowledge, your teaching as a woman ends in the kitchen. So don't even bother. What's the essence of you having your master's? What's the essence of you having a PhD? Kitchen no lukutima. Lokutimalo. Oh, when you speak up, they will tell you, "Kosokunrin to ma fe." When you have an opinion, they will tell you, you are a feminist. These are people that claims to be educated that does not even know what feminism is about. So they believe that if you speak up, if you say, no, do not treat me in a bad way, it automatically means you're feminist. They believe it is okay the way their fathers and their grandfathers have treated their mothers and their grandmothers means that it is okay for you to treat the women of these days like that. No. All these things are just things that people should have, lessons people should have taken away from all this whole situation. People like us had a very, very busy life, but we decided to lend our voice so that people won't make the same mistakes this young couple made. Being able, if the magistrates have said, oh, you should have do this, you should have done that, who was going to protect this young lady in the midst of all these wolves? She is the only voice. She was the only voice in the whole of this madness. There was no family, there was no friend to even hold her. Because if you remember when Sakuma Oloshioloko Karoti to sọ pé ìgbà tí Joseph Aloba told him pé ìgbà tóun débẹ̀, Omounmi was practically almost naked. Who was there to cover the nakedness of this young lady? Because sometimes we forget the trauma that has been bestowed upon us by Joseph Aloba. You imagine it, you think about it. A 24 years old who has just recently been bereaved. There was no one to take a wrapper to cover her, to say, to hold her in a warm embrace. All these things really, really stayed with us. That is why you see mothers, fathers have said, no, we are standing by. We are judging Joseph Aloba by everything he has said by his mouth, by everything he has done, by his actions and inactions. It is not, we have never followed the narratives of anyone. We have followed what he has done and the things he has refused to do as a father. How on earth at this point, Motin Kalati on the 21st of September, Lemitinka, when this young man has been exhumed, it's been 2 years and 2 weeks that this young man has been exhumed. Joseph Aloba has refused to do the needful. He has refused to do right by the dead. And there are still women that will go on Lattice platform, that will go on Confuse platform, that will go on Vengeance platform. There are women like Yeti 70 still screaming, if you come for Baba, we will come for you. They are still there saying they are crying. What are they crying over exactly? That among women should be prosecuted. That is all they are interested in. That a young lady her life should stop because a life was taken because of a medical misadventure. These are things that we have refused to talk about. These people, as far as I'm concerned, won't confer a journey. Look at the likes of Pokyok. He will sit there with his fake bloody accent. This guy, I mean, if you wait to be honest, Like you said, Bene, Comfy is not somebody. If you notice, I hardly ever speak about Comfy because she is a non-entity. She is nothing, absolutely nothing. In the scheme of things, in the scheme of life, she is nothing. As in, she is worse than an ant. See, or agbára bá ṣe tó máa gbé àǹtí lọ. Look at the way she looks. Look at her thought process. Then, yeah, Germany, look at the likes of Andes. Look at the likes of Mr. Duke. Look at these people. None of them have said, okay, this has happened. Maybe, just maybe, there is an element of truth in what has been said. How can we help our country? How do we speak up in the place of medical emergencies? How do we ensure hospitals do right by victims that has been brought to them? I was reading about the lady that something that happened in Abuja, that one Gbede hospital refused to treat her. How do we ensure hospital at least administer stabilizing life first, even if you do not have all the equipment to do everything? How do we ensure that if you have a clinic, let it be written there boldly, we do not offer emergency service, so that the time that has been wasted to bring in a victim to your hospital, time is of essence. In any medical emergency, time is of essence. Let it be known by your poster, this hospital, by your signpost, this hospital do not offer do not have accident and emergency service. This hospital do not offer medical emergency. We only give clinics and all those things. How do we bring this? How do we ensure the government do all these things? These people were loud, but they were loud in the wrong way. All these things were things that I have spoke about many, many times, but obviously we are not much. Our voice gets drowned, All these things, it could be anyone. That is the truth. People keep thinking, oh, kò lè ṣẹlẹ̀ sí mi, and all those things. It could be anyone at any time. How do we teach even the medical staff on how to give proper cardiopulmonary resuscitation? How do you know signs of life? What are the things that you need to do? A typical Nigerian does not even know what a CPR is. They don't know. When a misadventure happens, the first thing people do is bring out their phone and start recording. No help. Somebody is drowning in their own blood. You are not helping. Somebody cannot breathe. You are not helping. How do you notice that, this person, something is not right? How do we help? All these things, nobody is interested in it. You see the likes of this one, Toman Shekbelodo Lati. What have they learned? You see the likes of this useless woman. Look at Crunchy Slave, a supposed lawyer, a supposed PhD holder, a supposed lecturer. A mission why she share because we need to bombard them with email. So ask them, this is the activities of this woman on social media. To whom much is given, much is expected. If you say you are a lecturer, what are you teaching our young people? We don't want the likes of you teaching our children all these things, These are the things. The likes of Akudaya wants to just scream and make noise and come to social media and be asking people, Ejoshemo fine, Ejoshemo fine. Look at that one now on Papariano's platform that calls herself a lawyer. Look at the trash and the foolishness she's spewing. People listen to these people and they think they have sense. People actually, a typical person, don't secondary school koja, we listen to the likes of Alake, we listen to the likes of Adedoyin and actually think we want more, but one anymore, and they will go about with this wrong information as well. That is the thing. This Fiat thing, but yeah, Mr. Sanshitu, but you feel what Fiat, I'm a plan of Fiat thing. She some small SUV Fiat to find by boya nkan ton bere lọ́wọ́ Attorney General nìyẹn, because kò gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́ Fiat láti prosecute èèyàn tí ìjọba ò láwọn fẹ́ prosecute. It makes no sense. But the sad thing is the misinformation these people are putting out there. That is the sad thing about it. They keep putting out misinformation there. And Joseph Aloba Ekpeloma Pai, Omawumi Onirogun Ejo, because you want to drown this young lady in Ejo Lojojumo Oni. The more we think you can't go low, you just dig more pits and you are digging yourself there. Omawumi Onirogun Ejo, Konirogun Aroye, Iwanu Amalosi Court Lojojumo. Because I was thinking about it yesterday and I was like, why you want to keep dragging her to be going when the thing is this man is not going to stop, and that is the truth until the government does something about it, until people rise up and say, look, enough is enough. Something needs to be done about it. Until Tombato fún Joseph Aloba ní aṣọ pé kó lọ fi aṣọ péńpé ro oko ọba, he will not stop. The cronies of mad people he has behind him will not let him stop. His greediness will not let him stop. His wickedness will not let him stop. It is a case of, if I cannot have it, no one else can have it. And that is what he is doing. So he doesn't care if he mess things up. Thank you, Untouchable, for reminding me of Anna Sukwo. Anna Sukwo, you two, you're talking of duty of care. You actually have duty of care towards Daniela. Go and do your duty of care. Because if I know the council you live, Mama call email, see one, we pay on, because there is a vulnerable adult. I will raise a safeguarding against you. Tell me the area you live. In fact, my best ni Google orúkọ ẹ, because you are a bloody nitwit, you are a bloody nuisance. I will write to that local council. I will write to the CCG there. I will write to the clinical governance there. Because that child, in as much Tobawa under the care of the state, there will be a CCG looking after her. I will send them email. I will raise a safeguarding against you. Wọ́n á gba ọmọ yẹn lọ́wọ́ ẹ, ìwọ wèrè yìí. So tọ́n bá gba ọmọ lọ́wọ́ ẹ tí wọ́n fi ọmọ sí under care, wà forced láti lọ ṣiṣẹ́. You will be there screaming, an adult changing her name to Ratel. How dumb and how stupid are you? An aristocrat as well. Now he wants to be the new face of this foolishness. You know, it just doesn't make sense the way these people have gone and gone and gone and gone. While we were growing up, there still used to be our local government don't give immunization and all those things. We used to have polyclinics in Nigeria. Most of these things want to call these things are supposed to be there from the federal level to state level to local council level. All these things are gone. If you don't have money, you cannot have access. Have people actually sat down and look at the cost of health in Nigeria? No. People hasn't. Because people will say, Tobalowo, I enjoy Nigeria. Yes, you will when you have a good health. Ask people that go for dialysis 3 times a week, then you will know that money is nothing. Ask people that have chronic heart failure or have coronary issues or have all those kind of things. I was listening to a guy's come across one guy's TikTok. He's called schizophrenia, and it was only a day-to-day of his life. And I was shocked and surprised that he paid for his injection along by Oguni neuropsychiatric hospital in Benin. I can't remember if it was Benin or Abeokuta. He paid for every time he goes there. Now, because he has a family who supports. Now, imagine a typical person that does not have a family who support him, and he's not able to walk. Please tell me how this person will not be on the street when he's having his full-blown moments. These are things that we are supposed to have used our voice for. There could have been Mobat's law that could have prevented a lot of things. The same way we have so many laws. Some laws in the UK is because then the government will bring somebody up, investigate into this, and they will give the government the white paper. These are my investigations. These are my recommendations. How do we prevent this from happening again? Otishele, what have you learned from this? This is the whole essence of things. Learning from experience. What have you learned and how can we prevent it from happening again? The case of Baby P and Victoria and all those things that have happened in England have made. When the issue of Baby P happened, even the Oga Patapata of safeguarding resigned, even though she never seen Baby P. But they believed she did not carry out her duty of care in that aspect. So, ẹ̀yin wèrè tẹ́ ń pe duty of care, tẹ́ bá ń wá ẹni tó yẹ kó ṣe duty of care, hold Anne Asukwo. She abandons Daniela while she comes on social media to constitute nuisance. She owed that child duty of care because they are using my tax money to pay her to look after that child. But she has abandoned her duty of care to come online to be a rattle. You know, these are people that should be holding to do their duty of care. Woman has no duty of care to an adult. Even in America, a 14-year-old can emancipate themselves from their parents. And if you take your parents to court that you want to emancipate yourself as a 14-year-old and the court grants it, that child can live a free will. Because mama so atamo, saying all sorts of nuisance. You know, all sorts of new foolish things. Is the most Tebalossi Papa Sheet platform and Lattice platform. They are the most ridiculous platform ever on this Justice of Mohbad movement. It's so ridiculous. The things they spew from their mouths is unbelievable. You ask yourself, you have this level of imagination. Let's make a horror film. Movie. Look at Yomi. Yomi has turned himself to a total nuisance. You know, you will see Eric Real will open his camera and be screaming. And my question to women that lay with this type of men is, how do you do it? How do you have affection to people that are complete nuisance? How do you look at Eric Real, you look at Duke, you look at Papa Shit and the likes of them and take off your clothes and want to lay with them? Yeah, because to me, having this personal stuff, it is not just physical, it to me is spiritual as well. How do you connect with this type of nuisance and call them your partners? You look at Sholake, a man that is over 60. You look at Adeshina, these men are over 50, over 60. Look at them cursing profusely, cursing a child, a 24 years old when she was bereaved. No empathy, no sympathy. You think you are absolved of misfortune. Look at some of them. Wọ́n máa fi ọmọ ekere tọkọ ẹ̀ ti kú ẹ̀ ń fi ikú yọ̀yàn as if we have the ability to hold ikú tó bá bọ̀, as if pé ẹ ní agbára yẹn láti sọ fún ikú pé ó ń bọ̀ lọ́la, irọ́ mi ò sí nílé o, ní sùúrù o. It's just all shades of ridiculousness. Now you are looking for a law or for law to be enacted to prosecute someone because they witnessed a situation that happened. Do you know how many people will be prosecuted? Hi. It's just unbelievable. It's unbelievable, you know. But this is where we are. This is what we are as Nigerians. Well, for we, bad wagon. For we that wants to learn, what have we taken out from this whole madness, from this whole situation? How can a woman be protected? How can we protect the girl child? How do we protect the woman? How do you have a voice? How do we stop this nonsense of it is Ilio Okoye, it is Ilie? How do you take away yourself from your husband's house and say is his home? It is your home. It is the contribution of two people. They're supposed to be one, you know. So I don't get it. All these things are something we need to take out from this, especially health reform, emergency service, ẹjọ ẹ bá wa bẹ̀ àwọn ìjọba wa, you know, ẹ̀yin san shitu tẹ́ wá fiat, bóyá tẹ́ bá gba fiat yẹn, bóyá yẹn kẹ́ fi bá ìjọba wa sọ̀rọ̀ pé ẹjọ ẹ fún wa ní fiat o, so that a máa lè ní emergency service, you know. A máa ní number. UK is 999, America is 911. You know, there are other countries, there is another country that is 555 and all those things. These are things from age 3. If your mom is feeling this way, call 999. Even if that child cannot talk properly, my mom is not breathing properly, they know something is not right. Even when they are in trouble, when you have a problem, you call the emergency service. I remember some years ago, I was stuck in the snow. my car sort of blocked the road, and it's going to be dangerous for an oncoming vehicle. I was in a place, I had to call the emergency service. That they have to send the police to come and get me with a 4x4, and they're like, oh, the lady on the phone was like, oh, I'm going to stay on the phone with you until help comes. These are things. I was not physically hurt, but I was a bit shaken. But she stayed on the phone with me. So emergency service is not just only about medical emergency. It's about things that could happen at any time. How do we ensure our government, our people do the right by the citizen? And we, the citizen, how do we ensure we do right by ourselves? What are the learnings? What are the teachings that is needed? When you notice somebody is not breathing properly, what do? Do you put them in a recovery position? Do you jump on their chest and start CPR? You start pumping their chest. You start making sure their brain is still having oxygenated blood in it.
Nurse Mayor, ká comment Sister Temi. Ṣé fi pa need the justice lórí platform yìí? Why would they host a host of a sitting platform leave the people on our platform to go and be listening to another platform?
Imagine.
Please, ẹ̀sùn ní ẹ̀yin èèyàn.
Imagine.
Báwo ni ká ṣe petition this particular lady?
Imagine. You see, these are the lessons we are talking about.
These are the lessons we are learning in J4M.
You see,
how somebody who has a platform will abandon our platform to go and
be listening to somebody who
and go and stay in the FYP of another platform.
Ṣé bí mo ṣe ń ṣe ẹ tún fẹ́ kí n padà sọ̀rọ̀ èébú àbí? Ẹ lọ ń gbọ́ ẹni torí ẹ̀ dàbí square root of 100.
Duty of care tó fún wa náà.
Duty of care tó fún wa nìyẹn.
Exactly, she needs to
care tó fún wa.
Ẹjọ́ ẹ bá wa gba fiat. We need to prosecute.
No, láàbù kó wa yọ. Àmọ́ tó máa fún wa duty of care báyìí sí.
I need duty of care.
Níta dẹ̀ máa lọ ọ̀dọ̀ àkúdáyà.
Àbí
bí báyìí láì tó duty of care fún mi ẹ lọ àbí. Duty of care fún mi ẹ káàbọ̀.
Bóyá àkúdáyà fún kó má dípa lọ ra basket fún wa tó máa pè ní jacuzzi. Wọ́n máa lọ ra basin, á rọ omi sínú ẹ̀. Because that's the only thing tí yẹn lè fún yàn.
Ó máa rolúwẹ̀ ẹ̀ parí.
Ẹjọ́ kí ni crunching ṣe gangan torí kò yé mi.
Kí ló fẹ́ máa ṣe ju kó máa pariwo? Àǹtí mi.
Ọmọ bújẹ̀ sí ni o.
Àǹtí mi Àṣàbí.
Nǹkan tí yóò sì ṣe fáwọn pípù yìí ò dáa. Ó ṣò wọ́n ṣége. Ó ṣò wọ́n ìwọ̀n lè gbàgbé ní ayé wọn tó wàá fi kú.
In fact, òun gangan ọwọ́ Jòsí náà ṣì máa ti lọ gba duty of care wọn bó ṣe wà yẹn.
Ìwà burúkú inú wọn, ìwà burúkú
ọ̀hún. Ìyá àwọn olùjẹ́ kọ́rí Jòsí for weeks.
Wọ́n ní ṣége. Lóhùn ṣáà ní gbà ń tó òun ṣá. Hi baby. Ó ti lóhùn ní gbà ó.
Àdúrà mi.
Say hello.
Hello, Àdúrà, how are you?
Ọwọ́ wa màlọ́mọ yìí má dàgbà sí kẹ́.
Èwo oníjà ò lẹ́jì.
Ọwọ́ wa ló dàgbà sí o.
Kẹ́ ti gbọ́, àkúdàáyà ẹ̀gbọ́n bébì lòdù yá bóyá kẹ́tù súnmọ́ bẹ̀ kan tún bá wa gbọ́ lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí.
Say hello. Hi. Say thank you. Bye. Keep.
Ọmọdé ẹrù bóyá kò gbọ́. Kí lẹ fún tẹ́lí kó sọ thank you. Àbí ẹ̀ máa wò yá ìṣá. Ó ní sọ thank you.
Mo fún ní duty of care.
Mo ṣe ń jà ríbo.
Mo fún ní duty of care. Mo ṣe kó jẹun.
Ẹ ṣáà jọ torí ó ṣiṣẹ́ mímì. Ẹ jẹ́ mọ̀ pé níṣò wá fún àmọ́ ẹ jẹ́ fi bébì mi lẹ̀. Ẹ jọ torí ọ̀la ẹ fi bébì mi lẹ̀.
Kò ní bínú ni kí ló wọ̀ òun náà tó ṣẹ́ wà.
Tó fi wá tẹ́lẹ̀ àbí.
Wá sí wá. Máa ṣẹ̀ wá lóògùn bẹ̀.
Ọlọ́run bíbí ṣẹlẹ̀ àti eré is funny enough. Ẹ dẹ̀ lẹ́kàlà yín tẹ́lẹ̀ o.
òun ló
ọ̀nà
ṣẹlẹ̀.
Aries ó fuck up torí àwa tẹ́bí platform á tẹ̀ láìkì ẹ̀ àwa la máa lọ jókòó tí ẹ̀ ìgbà tó wọn ará
ẹ
ẹ̀
ti
tó
rántí
tó
bẹ́ẹ̀ dẹ̀
sílẹ̀
a máa lọ jókòó tì í
ìgbà
a
tó
máa sọ fún
àbájọ
káṣọ tó
yẹn
wọlé
tó
ní
wà
fine
olóyè
a máa sọ fún
tí
pé
mo
kinní
fine
kan
tí mo fine
nígbà yẹn.
ó yá mi tẹ́ máa bọ̀ lókè mi tẹ́ máa
mi
bọ̀
dé láìkì
lókè
ẹ̀ gan o
bọ́lí bí máa bọ̀
mi dé máa ní pé ó tí o
Tí mo
pé
ṣe-
àkàfilẹ̀ o dé
ọlọ́run a máa lọ jókòó a máa sọ pé aṣọ tó a ní ṣòwò fine lẹ́nu a ní àwọ̀ fine a ní ṣòwò àtúnṣe pé báyìí àtúnṣe pé kinní kan.
ẹ wo wíìgì tí mo wọ̀
tínú màmá fún
and show me despite the fact that we were
bí
both
àwọn
on
tí bàbá ń gbà yẹn báyìí tá a máa jókòó sí àtún fún gift àtúnṣe.
and show me despite the fact that kò ń ṣe pé we were on the same page
kí ló dé
despite the fact that we were not on the same page we were civil.
ọṣọ ẹ ṣe o.
bó ṣe wá di wèrè lẹ.
yéèso
bó
dáadáa.
ṣe di wèrè báyìí mo pe wèrè délé ilé ìlà kò ní ìdàkọ́lé lára o bọ́lí bí dẹ̀ láìkẹ́.
ó pẹ́ kí bọ́líbí tó lè máa ó máa pẹ́ o.
bọ́lí bí náà àti àbàtì náà pẹ́.
ó máa pẹ́ o àtàbàtì wèrè àbàtì á ní mọ́mì mi.
mọ́mì mi àbàtì láìkẹ́ o even gan mi sálúwà tó sìn escapade.
oh yes fífi mi sálúwà tó sìn.
àfìgbà tó dẹ̀ ó dẹ̀ lọ extreme.
wọ́n dẹ̀ wọ́n ọ̀nà
ta ló gúnyán fún tó ní tọ́bi òṣòro ta ló kó gbogbo duty of ẹ wá ní ẹ lọ́wọ́ tó
ìgbà
ní
tí mò ń wá fídíò tí mo sọ pé mò ń wálé ni
yes ma.
ní Facebook page kan tí mo lọ ń save àwọn videos sí so I now decide to go there so that màá lè lọ check bóyá mo máa rí fídíò yẹn bẹ́ẹ̀. ṣé wọn pé Facebook yẹn máa rò pé Aries ni mo dedicate ẹ fún mi.
wow.
I now start seeing ó wá kíní yẹn fọ́ tún ṣe mí bákan gbogbo àwọn shows tó ti lọ tó ti bù mí wọ́pọ̀ mi ìkà rárá màá kà tó 10.
wow.
Like ẹ mọ̀ mú kan á wò pa and this woman is claiming victim pé àwọn wọn bóun wọn ṣe kíní kan fún mi ò kà rárá màá kà 10. In fact mo rí kan tí Àdùkẹ́ ní tèmi yẹn ó ugly kò fine kọ́bọ̀ èèyàn kan nu wọn ìyẹn ní Isabella wà lórí seat èèyàn kan nu wọn ní no ó dà pé lady ọmọ wèrè tó máa ń pè lọ́mọ ẹrú tó máa ń pè lọ́mọ ẹrú kan báyìí tẹnu ẹrí ó bá ní ṣé ẹ mọ̀ pé tèmi ní cancer létè ni Aries bá ní òun ò mọ̀ pa cancer o òun mọ̀ pa cancer o ó ní cancer létè ó ní nǹkan tó ń kọ̀ mọ̀ ni pé tó bá ń jó ètè tí mo máa ń yọ àwọn tí mo máa ń yọ Aries wà láìwọ lórí gen stop ẹ torí gbogbo show yẹn mo gbọ́ gbogbo show yẹn láti òkè délẹ̀ mo ń yọ àwọn yẹn ó ń repeat ẹ̀ definitely kìíní yẹn ń bínú mo ń yọ àwọn yẹn ó ń repeat ẹ̀ kìíní yẹn jẹrè mi ò mọ̀ tẹ́lẹ̀ o òun tó sọ ló jẹ́ kí wá máa ṣe
ló yẹ kẹ wá wà
ọ̀dọ́ ẹ mọ ọdún nǹkan báyẹn pé ṣé mi ní ya wọn kí fídíò yìí tó tán ẹ jẹ́ sáré ya wọn díẹ̀ nǹkan tó yẹ kí kíní yẹn mọ́ mi lára dè ní ìní Ọlọ́run so ó ní òun kàn mọ̀ pé ó máa ń yọ àwọn ló bá ń jó ìkan ló bá ní kò fine pé ọmọ tó jọ ọkùnrin yẹn pé ṣé ẹ̀rí pé ó jọ ọkùnrin yẹn kò fine rárá gbogbo structure ẹ̀ bá àfi bíi tọkùnrin wọ́n ṣàlùkẹ́ náà wọ́n ń di wọ́n ń gbà mo jẹ́ ń wo ṣó yẹn mo jẹ́ ń rẹ́rìn pé ẹ jọ torí Ọlọ́run and as at this time bọ́n ṣe ń ṣe yìí mi ò sọ nǹkan kan wọ́n jẹ́ ń ṣe ṣó yẹn ó tún ní kan tí mo rí ọ̀dọ̀ kí lorúkọ oní foundation ọ̀dọ̀ yẹn lọ ti ṣe yẹn náà bó ṣe débẹ̀ báyìí náà bó ṣe tẹnu ọ̀rọ̀ tèmi ni ṣé ti gbọ́ nǹkan tó sọ ń pa tèmi ṣé gbọ́ nǹkan tó sọ pé tèmi àti ọkọ ẹ̀ ṣe tèmi like mi ò wo videos yẹn rárá
Iris máa wá fún yín gan.
I saw like 10 dé máa wò pé ìwọ ọmọbìnrin yìí jẹ́ ṣì just video jẹ́ pé ó ṣe ń sọ pé mi ò kí ń tá yín lóhùn ẹ máa kàn máa wá fúnyàn òun nígbà pé o tí ẹ ṣe kò gbé rárá.
tó bá ń ṣe program mi báyìí ọ̀tọ̀ nìkan tó máa sọ Aries kọ́ máa gòkè ni ọ̀rọ̀ tèmi platform.
àní mi ò kà rárá videos yẹn I have 10.
She was obsessed.
tó jẹ́ personal one tèmi ni o mi ò kò ṣe pé tó fi ń bú mi o my personal one tó ń bú mi báyìí mi kà rárá lè ní I have 10.
ó máa jì.
So sometimes you just look at them mi ò ní wá fún wọn, wọ́n máa wọ̀, then you not be like ẹjọ́ ń bolẹ̀ fọpọlọ yín sígbà tẹ́ ń sọ àwọn ọ̀rọ̀ tẹ́ ń sọ yìí. Táìmù yẹn jẹ́ pé Àdùkẹ́, she goes everywhere with Àdùkẹ́. Ìyẹn jẹ̀rẹ̀ tí yẹn bá ti dẹ́ níbi ẹ̀ báyìí, ìyẹn fẹ́ bú èbú, ìyẹn fẹ́ ṣe. So tó bá ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ báwọn náà bẹ̀rẹ̀, tó bá ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ báwọn náà bẹ̀rẹ̀, gbogbo fídíò sí.
Ó fẹ́ ṣúròkì bàbá ẹ̀.
Tani yẹn?
Wọ́n ló wọlé aláàbò, ó fẹ́ ṣúròkì bàbá. Grace lọ.
That's Germany, that's what I'm saying. That's what I typed here pé ẹ ṣe ní tún filẹ̀ báyìí kò tá sí yín, ó ti rọra ń dákẹ́ ìlú ẹ̀rá bá ń yokùn lọ́rùn ìdí ẹ̀. Mo kàn ń wò mo ṣe ń pẹ́ lady yìí, no, you really do, you do well, but then má worry. Tẹ́ bá rí bàtà búùtù tán gbé léjò sí lọ́rùn láti àárọ̀. Wọ́n fi Alọ́ba family rè lórí platform yẹn látàárọ̀ ni o. Ríré gidi. Andis yẹn lọ bẹ̀rẹ̀ láti beginning. Gbogbo àwọn Lambati.
Nǹkan tẹ́ ṣe lálẹ́ ẹjọ́ yẹn mo sọ fún yín. Ó wọ ọbẹ̀ o.
Ibo.
Ẹ rántí. Fídíò tẹ́ wá play lálẹ́ ẹjọ́ yẹn.
Lambati wọ́n ti play láti Tójó sì ti fún wọn lórí J4M látàyé alálùmọ́lẹ̀. Gbogbo ẹ̀ ní Andy wa mú lẹ́yọ kọ̀ọ̀kan. Wọ́n rántí ìgbà tó sọ ilé fáwọn, wọ́n rántí ìgbà tó sọ pé lè, wọ́n sọ pé ìgbà tó sọ pé lè wá ń ṣí wọn níye èpè burúkú. Látàrọ̀ bọ́ mọ̀ pé ẹ bá bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní stream wọn sí tí wọ́n ti dítẹ̀ fún wọn ní wọn ò ní lọ bọ́n ṣe ń lọ ọmọ ẹjẹ́ kára máa lẹ́ra máa ṣàyè tí yín bíbà. Wọ́n ṣe ránṣẹ́ ṣòwò jẹjẹ yẹn àfihàn.
Ó ní àwọn girls méjì kan Statemi. Èyí kan báyìí picture tó dẹ̀ fi rò bóyá òun fi bu yín sórí page yẹn. Mo like picture yẹn. Ìgbà yẹn lẹ́yìn chop bí lẹ́kẹ̀, but nísìnyí ó dà ń pẹ́ ẹ ti ṣe pém padà bóyá
ẹ̀jẹ̀. Ṣé wọ́n ṣe dread when I was on dread? When I was on dread, that dread makes me look that big. Dread yẹn ní ọ̀pẹ́ mo sọ pé inú mi kún, inú mi fù gan so. The dread gave me a different entirely, yeah. That problem.
Òun dẹ̀rọ̀ bóyá òun fi bu yín síbẹ̀ ni.
Kí ló kàn mí àti wọn àníkan lọ wá rí ìtí mo ti wà lóyún tí yẹn tiẹ̀ lọ gbé jáde mi fúnra mi gan wo fídíò mo jẹ́ rẹ́rìn pé na mi bí dis.
Ṣébi ni double decker yìí.
tó bá rí mi normal tó bá rí ojú mo ti sọ bí báyìí oyún nìkan ló ń gba kìtì lọ́wọ́ akitì lọ́rọ̀ mi tó bá ṣáà ti fẹ́ mú mi ṣáà mú mi nu tó ò lè fìgbà tí mo wà nínú oyún bú mi kó dùn mí èmi fúnra mi mọ̀ pé mi ò ń ṣe èèyàn nínú oyún àfi bí èrìkì mọ̀ níbo ìwọ báwo ẹ̀rí ṣù mi yẹn ní point bàtà yẹn lè lẹ̀
ó lè kú ìjọ rẹ̀
wéèjì yẹn gbà yẹn bá wọ báyìí wá ti fakọ sí
láyé wéèjì ó ṣe
ẹ jẹ́ n wo ẹni Facebook àbí Victor Okin.
Sì gbé picture ìgbà tó wà nínú oyún jáde ká tẹ I want to check something.
Èmi kò tiẹ̀ gbé tìgbà tí bí ò tiẹ̀ sínú oyún kó kàn tiẹ̀ fún one throwback kan.
Okay.
Ẹni Victor Okin àbí torí ibẹ̀ yẹn ìdíwé bọ̀ ṣe ń ṣe fún fádà yín lọ ara yín lè má gbà. Wọ́n mú gbogbo Alọ́ba family kan
pọ̀. Ìgbà ìṣe fún fádà yín lọ wá kò yé mi ẹ sọ̀rọ̀ fúnra yín o tó fádà yín lọ yín.
Ó wà ká jẹ́jẹ́ mi nìkan ni.
Wọ́n ní fádà yín lọ mọ iye àwọn ọmọ iye fádà yín lọ mọ o. Kí ni
fádà yín lọ Statemi nìyà. Ṣé bàbá ọkọ àbúrò yìí.
Irọ́ ẹ wo tí bá ti ń gba gbogbo nǹkan ní ayé yìí.
Ayé mà níkà o.
Búkì tó bá
ti di kíni ẹ máa yọ ẹsẹ̀ lẹ́yìn mi.
Búkì tó bá bọ́ta lọ́la ọmọ àlè Jésè ni ẹ tó bá bọ́ta lọ́la.
Kí ló tún ṣẹlẹ̀?
Èyí pọ̀.
Tẹ bá rí nǹkan tó ń kó fún Búkì Jésè ń bẹ̀ yẹn àti Jòsí papọ̀ àti àwọn critical students.
Bó ṣe tẹ́mi kí ló tó fi wá fún wọn gan-an kò yé mi kí ló tún ṣe fún wọn.
wọ́n ní pẹ̀lú gbogbo
wọ́n ṣìwé rántí kọ́ ni.
wọn náà àwọn ti já ní pé gbogbo bí yẹn ṣe ń gbé àwọn landicap ní pé àwọn lọ́tì àwọn débẹ̀ tó máa ní máa gbé yín débẹ̀ ó tún ti ń bọ̀ gbogbo irọ́ lámbà tán ti fún wọn tà and the one they are presently they believe that there's still something they are tán ṣe sáré tún lọ parí ìjà gbogbo tí York Daddy ń ṣe káàkiri kóbẹ́kóbẹ́ yẹn pé there is still something pé there is still a game and it's still to nǹkan tó ń ṣì fẹ́ ṣe náà ni láti tún gba owó lọ́wọ́ public so àwọn eléyìí ń stand like no àwọn ti já o kò sí nǹkan tó ń dáwó fún anybody mọ́ pé and in Josie's voice he has made them understand pé ọmọ ẹ̀ ó jẹ́ olórí kò jọ títí ń sọ láìpẹ́ yín sí pé wọ́n ń jẹ́ káwọn máa gba ìpè pé ọdún ìpè ò lè ṣe tàwọn pé àwọn táwọn dúró fòótọ́ ní pé àwọn ò yàtọ̀ ní pé tẹ́ba ìpè oríṣiríṣi pé lórí ọ̀rọ̀ justice for Mohbad pé Josie ń pa irọ́ oríṣiríṣi lámbà ló ń fún everybody not straightforward and everything so àwọn nǹkan tó ń sọ náà nìyẹn they are just talking about all what he has been saying to them all the lies he has been.
The fact that pé lọ́yẹ̀ tún jáde pé nọ́ọ̀sì lóòótọ́ lógun lọ́wọ́ abẹ́rẹ́ gan-an.
náà ṣe gbogbo àwọn nǹkan yẹn so Bukky lọ tiẹ̀ wá mú mọ́ pé gbogbo òṣì tó ń ṣe àwọn rí o sí wa sọ pé òun sún sẹ́yìn pé wọ́n tún wá sọ pé àwọn òṣọ́ pé sísún sẹ́yìn ẹ̀yẹn náà rí òní pé they still believe it's still all game tó bá ti rí pé wàhálà ti fẹ́ ṣẹlẹ̀ àfọgbọ́n sáré yẹsẹ̀ pé bó ṣe máa ń ṣe nìyẹn.
wọ́n ṣe bá ṣe nìyẹn.
ṣe kan sọ pé àwọn ṣe nǹkan tó rọ̀ǹgì ní staruka báwo lẹ máa ń sọ̀rọ̀ báyìí.
sísá mami kò lọ títí.
sẹ́yìn lè sọ bẹ́ẹ̀ sẹ́yìn lè bọ́ta kẹ́ sọ pé mo ṣe nǹkan tó rọ̀ǹgì. It's not something they will say. Wow. I've told you people, that is one thing you people always expect from them, and they àwọn náà gbọ́n mọ̀ pé tẹ́ bá ti gbọ́rù nǹkan báyìí lẹ́nu ẹ̀ máa wá fáwọn ni, so they will never come out to tell you. They will never. That will be the last thing they expect látẹnu wọn. The only thing ni pé ọmọ fèsì ibi tí wọ́n fèsì ọmọ búyàn tí wọ́n rí epo ti gbá wọn landicap wọ́n á bú wọn ṣe gbogbo nǹkan bá fẹ́ ṣe. That will not even stop them tomorrow to not say Wunmi will still believe that Oshini nkankan to she hide is their belief.
But Bene, but the only person to ti ṣeré that was Rotesam. Tó dẹ̀ bẹ ọmọ Wunmi gbà yẹn pé ṣé Rotesam ni àbí
mi gbọ́ show yẹn rí ṣá mi gbọ́ Rotesam rí o this is my first time hearing that.
Nǹkan tó tẹ́ sáà
ìgbà tí Escapade ń sọ níjọ́ wo gan ló jẹ́ kí n máa wo comment Escapade gbà I know Escapade will not lie and Escapade will not hide what
he said it only orugori panel yẹn báyìí ni ó ní ọmọ Wunmi ó ní I am very sorry that was the only person tí mo gbọ́ ní ọ̀dọ̀ ẹ̀ ní pé bàbá yìí ti ṣe àwọn náà ó dẹ̀ ti jẹ́ káwọn you remember right yes.
No what I remember is because mo rántí tó ṣe ń gbà yẹn there was a day Aries was doing show he now went to Aries because tí mo àti gba enemy ti tú okùn lọ́rùn ẹ̀ ó wá lọ sọ́dọ̀ Aries ó wá ní pé pé kò Aries ń kà jáde that what if lóòótọ́ nọ́ọ̀sì ló gan ọmọ yìí pánkọ́ that what if Josie ò rí pool of blood ń kọ́ pé ṣé ẹ pé àwọn ti go too far pé ọjọ́ ẹ̀ bọ̀bọ̀ yẹn mo kọ̀.
gbogbo show tẹ sọ mi ìfà bí ògbórúkọ mo bá ń gbórúkọ yẹn but mi ò gbọ́ submission rí and I think ìgbà mo gbọ́ gan time gba ọ̀rọ̀ owó Àdùkẹ́ tó ń sọ pé 1 million give me kíní èèyàn kan fún ìgbà ẹni wọ́n kọ́ máa gbórúkọ rẹ̀ rí láyé mi and that's one funny thing when people say ẹ bá dárúkọ mi máa kọ́ mọ̀ pé tatún ló ń jẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn but gbà tí Escapade ti kọ sí comment section láti ìjẹta wípé no ló ti ó fún mi.
ó máa fún ọ lówó láti competition so I don't understand what the game is playing ṣá kò yé mi I don't know.
ṣéyàn kan ní PS ni.
No sister ṣẹ́rí kọ́tẹ́ mi believe ṣẹ́rí kọ́tẹ́ mi believe.
No now you have some people that will still support you now no matter what.
It's like ṣẹ́rí kọ́tẹ́ mi orí tó ń ṣe ni pé he has not done kò dàbí irú àkúdàáyà ń sìn tó wà bent on like pé no àfi tóun bá rí tóun bá ṣe pé kinní kan gbẹgbà kan.
and ẹjọ́ sọ́ọ́bì ẹ má bínú ṣọ́ọ́bì mi I think some of them even believe that tán bá since Josie ò fẹ́ petition Wunmi tó bá táwọn bá tiẹ̀ rí Wunmi petition nǹkan àṣírí tí ó mú Josie sáyẹn ó máa come out so gbogbo most of the things they are doing náà ò ṣe kà. Yes, some of them want to get that truth from somewhere. Okay, for this guy to be ọmú Darosha and say Darosha bọ́tà ó sọ àwọn kọ̀ọ̀kan táwọn ò gbọ́ rí and these are the things tí Josie ń sá fún petition ilé anino ṣe kìíní kan why is this done exactly tọ́ni nǹkan tẹ́mi fi pé àwọn míì nu wọ́n ń ṣe nìyẹn so.
No Rotesam àtijọ́ tó ti sọ pé sorry sọ̀bọ̀ ìjọ yẹn ẹ rí pé no òun nìkan.
Mi ìgbọ́ ṣó yẹn mi ìgbọ́ rí gan tí ó bá ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe ń sọ mi ìgbọ́ rí.
Mo gbọ́njọ́ tó sọ.
Mi ìgbọ́ rí. Midi, Bisi Mida, really? I just think that is one thing about me. Some of their actions, I just think. I do tell, I said it even openly on this platform, that if you have any evidence against Omomi, lo petition eh. Tẹ́ bá ní evidence, tẹ́ bá ti mọ̀ pé sure fún yín pé yes, openly mo tún sọ yìí. Go ahead and petition her. Mi ò lè bẹ́ẹ̀ jà nítorí pé petition mọ́ mi. But kó wá má ṣe lórí wípé bribe. Má ṣe lórí pé a kò fẹ́ humiliate, a kò fẹ́ fìyà jẹ, a kò fẹ́ get picture, which was what Akudaya did then. A kò fẹ́ get picture, a kò fi gba mark in ta, a kò fi ṣe. No, that is wickedness. Do it genuinely. Ẹ ṣe pẹ̀lú ẹ má fi kaba. Openly mo ti sọ yìí. Tẹ́ bá ní, go ahead. Ẹ má ṣe màgòmágó gbogbo àwọn àsanwó extra money ó yẹ kó bá wa ya photo ẹ okay ẹ kó bá wa fìyà jẹ okay tẹ́ bá ní evidence ni ẹ gbé jáde ṣiṣẹ́. I do say it and I will continue to say it. Ẹ fi ṣiṣẹ́ ẹ má ṣe alẹ́nubì kan then I will have to do but our own stand here my own stand okay let me speak for myself. My stand is ọmọ mi ò pa ọkọ ẹ̀ ọmọ tó jẹ́ wà lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀yẹn ọmọ Mohbad ni. Every other personal thing tẹ ló ń mú jáde attitude character everybody ló ní character everybody ló níbi tó dá sí everybody ló níbi tí ó kù díẹ̀ káàtó sí. I have my good attitude, I have my bad attitude. That is me. You don't judge me with my attitude. If you want to do that, then you are wrong. Because what you are seeing out here might be different from what Temi is gone tí mo jẹ́. So if you now think of you want to judge me because of what you are seeing on TikTok, and I'm just a different person outside TikTok, so you are doing a wrong thing. Okay, nísìnyí ẹ wo ọ̀rọ̀ Big Brother Nigerians, everybody àwọn kan sọ̀rọ̀ pé ọmọ ìmísí yẹn ẹ wo dàbí ọ̀rọ̀ bọ̀bọ̀ tó win it last year náà ni wọ́n don't pretend. Yeah, anybody can pretend. Èèyàn lè gbé wà oníwàwọ̀ láti only if you cannot beat them, join them. Or when you are in a room, you behave like the Romans. Yeah. Someone can just decide that, okay, this is where they learn me, why we learn what law in okay, me not ya with the pelu. So you don't judge me with leave my character out of anything to bafeshe. So leave her character out of it. Okay, this is the same character she was having. Tí bọ̀bọ́ yẹn tó wà tí bọ̀bọ́ yẹn fi jọ wà láti that gbogbo ọdún yẹn. Bọ̀bọ́ yẹn ò sọ pé òun ò ṣe mọ́ ngbà yẹn, kò sọ pé òun ò fẹ́fẹ́. Kò jẹ́ ṣe máa don't get it twisted. Kò ṣe immediately tí Wunmi àti Mohbad ń jáde lọ́n ti ń bára wọn sùn. Don't get it twisted. They were friends for years. Kó tó di pọ̀ rọ̀ pé à ń fẹ́ra ẹni à ń bára ẹni sùn kó tó bẹ̀rẹ̀.
Yeah.
If Ọmọwùmí is not good, ẹ jókòó kẹ́ béèrè lọ́wọ́ ara yín kí ló dé tí Josie ń sọ pé òun fẹ́ kó fẹ́ ọmọ òun. Josie náà fúnra rẹ̀ bọ́ síta ó sọ fún yín wípé òun lòun sọ pé ó bá jọ́ ọmọ òun ni ò lè wà lọ́dọ̀ ọkùnrin. Àwọn fẹ́ mọ àwọn parent ẹ̀. Wunmi was never ready for it. Josie ló bring her up. Why tẹ́ ẹ jókòó kẹ́ wo gbogbo kìíní? In all of this, ó ti sọ àwọn kìíní létí yín rí. So if you think that girl is not good, okay, why ti máa yìí fi sọ pé ó yá àwọn fẹ́ mọ àwọn parent ẹ̀?
Ṣèbí Bukky bílẹ̀ rẹ̀
why tó fi túbọ̀ sọ̀rọ̀ pé mo fẹ́ kó lóyún. So tẹ́ bá wá ń bọ́ síta tẹ́ bá ń sọ there's in one video she's this in every video kan she's that every video kan ó wà violence ó wà kíní kan that same violence tẹ́ sọ pé ó wà violence ṣé kò fi face ojú bọ́ ńgbà tó fẹ́ wá gbé ọkọ ẹ̀ and that violence tẹ́ ń sọ bullet tó ti fọ́gò
ẹ lọ jókòó
wọ́n ní ẹ sọ pé ibì kan ó mọ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ ọ̀bẹ wà lọ́wọ́ ẹ ṣe kíní kan mọ́
kíní kan ti bí máa ṣàjẹ́ ẹ lọ wádìí ẹ lè àní àdìtú lọ́rọ̀ yẹn kò lè yé yín.
àìmọye ọ̀bẹ.
Ẹ má dáwọ́ èrè yọ̀mí lọ́hùn.
Ẹ kò máa wo àwọn ìwà pálapàla ẹ kò ti iṣẹ́ tí in fact ẹ ti lọ too far jù like tó bí òun mo ṣe bá pé gbà mí ó bá ká mi lára má ní ẹjọ́ torí Ọlọ́run àwọn tá tí ẹ̀rí tán pa ọkọ wọn gan tá gbọ́ ní news ìyàwó ló ń jẹ lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ wọn jẹ̀yà tó eléyìí tá àti evidence kankan.
Ṣèbọmọ tán ló pa bọ̀bọ̀ olówó yẹn.
Ìbọmọ yẹn ló tún padà lọ jẹ queen àbí miss kìíní kan nínú prison bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn tó tún ṣe fàájì tó tún ṣe ta ló bully ẹ̀ ta ló drag ẹ̀ in fact anybody bá rí títì gan sí ta ló dá
wọn. Bèbí Haúsá tó gún ọkọ ẹ̀ pa sínú ilé ńkọ́ ta ló bully ẹ̀.
Ta ló dá wọn mọ̀ mọ́. And you guys will be out here ẹ ṣáà máa sọ kíní kan bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe máa ṣe nìyẹn bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe máa kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀ and that is why we believe that yes àwọn èèyàn kan ló rán yín because it's not ordinary kò sounds
Statemi
bí
máa fi kọ́kọ́ wọn wá sí tá a bá ṣe tán màá tún jẹ́ kẹ́ ẹ rí kankan pé àwọn kọ̀ọ̀kan náà sí Statemi o wọ́n rí nǹkan táwa náà rí from the beginning o ibi tó ti yàbàrà ni òye mi ibi tí mo ti ń rìn káàkiri láàárọ̀ yìí tí mo ti ń lọ wo gbogbo àwọn kinní yẹn ṣé mo pé ibi tí Ìyálọ́ládé tẹ bá ń sí ibi tí Ìyálọ́ládé ti ní pé ẹ wo ibi tí ìyàwó ẹ̀ bá ẹ mọ̀ pé ìyá Mohbad làwọn èèyàn kọ́kọ́ ń pè Ìyálọ́ládé ń gbà yẹn orí capture nǹkan tẹ́niyẹn kọ ẹniyẹn ni pé ibi táwọn ti mú pé ìyàwó ẹ̀ ló pa ni ẹ pé ibẹ̀ yẹn ó fún a lot of people ní.
ṣé mo pé fídíò yẹn was in fact ẹ bá bèè lọ́wọ́ 99% of people saying justice for Mohbad náà wọ́n máa sọ pé fídíò yẹn ló trigger àwọn fídíò so everybody kò gbà lọ́nà tó yẹ kó lóríṣiríṣi ọ̀nà ni àwọn kan gbà ní ọ̀nà pé wọ́n ti sọ pé òun ló